I'm Parsons, soulscape artist and creator of the Human Story collection. So where do you start in telling the entire human story? Well, on this occasion I thought I'd start from now. Where are we? What are we doing? Who are we? What's going on around us? What's going on in the world? And I think it's fair to say that this is a time, for the first time ever in our collective human history, that we are experiencing something of a global and possibly individual crisis. The world is on the precipice of a lot of very harsh and real problems that are affecting all of us. Both ecologically, economically, we're facing some extreme challenges, and I don't know about you, but it's also an age where it's incredibly hard to make wise and informed decisions. There seems to be this clamouring of voices vying for our attention, our energy, media wanting to either buy something from us or convince us of a political point of view, or trying to point out so many things that are going wrong over and over again, which are absolutely right. We need to know what is going on in our world. And yet it's kind of like walking through a fog without having a torch. It can be very hard to just know what the next step is, because we've decided to piece apart all of these different perspectives in what we might call the postmodern age, where we are saying, well, everyone has a part of the truth, and everyone's truth is relevant, but at the same time we're saying there's no universal truth. There's nothing that actually holds us all together anymore. And so it's hard to find that passion, that poise, and access that aliveness, your authentic voice, your authentic creativity, if you like, that actually enables you to know what decisions to make next. And I've tried to capture some of that in this painting, which is actually the sixth in the series. So there's a figure here, and the incredible thing is, with each one of these huge steps that we take forward together, something incredible emerges. We are a species that has grown and evolved through facing crisis after crisis. Something new has emerged every step of the way, and this could really be also called the age of potential. We have so much potential to see ourselves as genuinely interconnected, not just isolated and separate, which, thanks to the incredible blessing of technology, we can finally see certain patterns emerging. We are able to plan more than decades ahead. We can plan hundreds of years ahead, which we've never been able to before. And at the same time, there seems to be some kind of expense to ourselves. The amount of times I've seen teenagers around a dining room table actually just looking at their phones rather than connecting with one another, and something visceral, something natural, something alive has got lost. There's this gap that's opened up between who we are and how we see the world that is just held in separation and isolation. At the same time, there's this fragmentation happening ecologically and environmentally. As I mentioned, as we know, we're showing some fairly disastrous signs. And yet one of the greatest challenges we face is, well, what's the positive story in all of this? We've never really been compelled by the negative story. We've been compelled by pain, but not necessarily inspired by it. So what could possibly happen next? And that I will be exploring in the next paintings.